Hello everyone. So today we're going to be bringing you another tutorial. I guess before we really get started, let's take a listen to the beat. Alright, so hopefully as you can tell this beat is not finished, but we wanted to show you kind of the making the beat to get a grasp on how to make beats. So in today's video we're going to be especially focusing on saw stacks and sound design. These are very important things in building especially these kind of EDM type beats. So what are saw stacks? So right after the drop here we have these chords, these rather complicated chords that would be rather hard to rap over, but they on their own they do sound good. We have not yet put a melody underneath the rest of them in this area, but we'll be doing that soon. The second thing we're going to go over in today's video is going to be sound design. So when we add a sound into FL Studios, we can double click on the sound like this, something like let's take Massive, and we come to a really complicated panel here that where you can kind of edit the sound from. So depending on which sound you want, we can slightly adjust these knobs to, let's say, bring down the intensity or bring up the amp or change the panning. So all these things basically make your song sound better and also makes it more interesting.
Alright, so now I'm going to go through every single sound that we use to make this saw stack. Here's the pattern. We got 5 different sounds working at once, and this is what it sounds like. So for the first sound, this is kind of the main saw. We are using Serum. You load up the default sound, turn the unison up to 16, turn the detune up a little bit to your liking, add a little bit of delay. I originally put a compressor, but I just took it out, didn't need it. For the delay, it'll start something like that. I just dragged it down a little, and this is what it sounds like. Then we have the Massive. So for this one, we're just using not a detuned saw, just a normal saw. And so for this sound, all we did was to load up the default sound, go to voicing. Don't play with anything here. Turn the unisono up a little here to get more. Turn it into a saw with that, and it'll just sound like. And so together they work together really nicely, the detune and the other one, the clean saw. And so for the third sound, we have this Harmer. I think it's a bass. And so for this one, it's just the default Harmer, but turn up the order to, it'll start like that, turn it up to 3 or something, just whatever you like, honestly. Just I turned it up there. I set the knobs around here. All these knobs do something different, so you could just play around with them. You don't really have to know exactly what you don't have to know a lot about them. You can just play around with them and adjust them to how you want them to sound. So for this one, it just was a bit. It just added a lower frequency to the whole sound. And then you have some white noise to kind of add some energy. So you just open up 3x OSC, and you just want to click. I believe you want to click this for all 3 of the oscillators, and it'll just be white noise. So you put that with all the other sounds, and it just adds some. It fills up the missing frequencies. And then for this last one, it's also 3x OSC. I turned it here, and it just sounds like this. And then, so that's a pretty deep bass. And with everything, it just sounds like this. And so these chords, so we aren't done this project yet, but what we have so far is just the piano, where I made the chords. And then you have just like a sample here. So clearly it's not done, but one other thing we did was this. So this is really simple. You open up a massive, you just use the default noise, the default everything. You can go to this right here, this, and then it'll be something like that. And then you turn this down to make it more like poppy, like. And then you just route it to the mixer, add some reverb, and you have a nice sound. I just want to make it a little more. Like that, so. If we ever do finish this project, we might do some more tutorials on what we could do to complete these holes. But right now we haven't really done anything for that, so we hope you enjoyed, or we hope you learned how to make supersaws if you didn't have any idea on how to do it before, and we hope to see you next time.